Coming up on today's show.
Organizing business papers is completely different than organizing home paperwork unless you are like a traditional secretary that is just filing paperwork, which I don't even think exists anymore.
They have this pile of paper and they want to file it away, but then they also want to know where it is to retrieve it. So where can we start on that very high level of categorization?
Yeah, so that's the difference between files and actionable folders. So my system is all actionable folders that actually stay on top of your desk.
Organizing your business papers today on Keeping You Organized. Well, welcome to Keeping You Organized. Today we are going to talk about how you set up that basic organization system for a business, kind of from a high level, but then actually showing you hands-on how we can take and categorize papers, because everybody has things and papers they deal with on a daily basis when you're a business. So we're going to bring on Lisa Woodruff from Organize365.com. Lisa, welcome back to Keeping You Organized.
Thanks, John. I'm looking forward to talking with you again.
Well, good. You know, we've done some podcasts in the past. Your infamous Sunday basket, which is a great concept if people want to go back and look at that or listen to that episode. But today, I think, and you can answer this question too, when you talk to someone, whether they're, an office manager at an office or maybe someone who's got a home office and they're just trying to set up their basic filing system. What kinds of questions and what kinds of things can we talk about when we're starting to organize a business filing system?
Well, I think organizing business papers is completely different than organizing home paperwork unless you are like a traditional secretary that is just filing paperwork, which I don't even think exists anymore. When we get paper, we're used to taking the papers that we have and putting them in a system so that we categorize what we have. And what I have found as a business owner myself, both an entrepreneur and a teacher and a direct seller and now a homeschooler, like I've done all the different kind of business paperworks, is that actually your paperwork is not, sometimes organizing your paperwork holds you back from your business goals because you only see what's physically in front of you in paper. And you really should set up your filing system, or what I call your workbox, your Friday workbox, with the files that you need to move your business forward. That way, even if you don't have a piece of paper for leads or doing your monthly accounting or, doing your personal develop, that file folder in there will actually tell you that you should be focusing on those actions in your business. So unlike a traditional filing cabinet, I set up the workbox for the activities you should be doing in your business to generate income, or in the case of a teacher, results in teaching children, versus just the kind of papers you have in your hand.
Right. Well, what's interesting is that I think when someone is just maybe even starting out with a business, but even someone who's maybe gotten to the point where they've been overwhelmed by paper, they have this pile of paper and they want to file it away, but then they also want to know where it is to retrieve it. So where can we start on that very high level of categorization? What do you suggest there?
Yeah, so that's the difference between files and actionable folders. So my system is all actionable folders that actually stay on top of your desk. More the Smead files are for all of those things that we have done in the past and we want to reference them later. Like I have a file of statistics that I love to pull out during presentations. It's in my file drawer that I go after every time I'm going to create a presentation. That doesn't sit on top of my desk. On top of your desk should be your actionable files that you need to be working through every week and every month in order to make the income goals that you have or whatever your goal for your business is.
Yeah, and I think that's one reason why a lot of people leave papers laying out, because they think, well, I'm going to need them this week sometime, but also knowing that having a clear desktop is going to be helpful. So let's start with do you use a basket or box, or what's kind of the holding container for your action files?
Yes. So I have a box and I use 4 colors of slash pockets in there, one for each of the activities you should be doing in your business every month.
Okay. So why don't we tell us all 4, and then let's kind of pick through them one at a time, and then we can talk about how that relates to, is this actionable? Is it something that should go into more longer term filing too? Because I think that issue comes up.
Absolutely. So pink is the color of, blood. It is the lifeblood of your business. It's for new ideas, new products, and new leads.
Okay.
Purple is for royalty. Those are your existing customers, your existing projects, your existing products, depending on what you do. So that is where the bulk of your time and the bulk of your investment is in your customers and your product. Blue is for your team, personal development, and anything related to the business that you are a part of, like your school if you're a teacher, or your corporation if you're a 9-to-5 employee. And green is related to anything financial, administrative, or repetitive tasks that you do every day, every week, or every month. So it's the ongoing administrative part of your job.
Okay, great. So why don't we start at the leads category and just describe maybe a little bit more on what would go in that file. And is that one like at the front of the filing box, or does that really matter?
It doesn't matter. I do put my pink, I have 5 pockets. So I do 5 files for each of these colors, because you're going to have more than one, and you can have 1 or you can have 20. It doesn't matter. But often when we start getting good at having a product or a customer, we forget that we always need to have new ideas, new products, new people coming into our business. So having those pink slash pockets in your box on top of your desk is where you put, okay, I just went to a meeting and I met this person, I want to follow up with them. That goes in a pink slash pocket. We're going to do a speaking engagement at this event. What are we going to speak about? What are we going to give out? How are we going to collect those leads? That's going to go into pink. I have a great idea for a new podcaster. I want to be on the Smead podcast again. That idea is going to go into a pink podcast. Until now it's purple. We're doing it right now. So right. All of those ideas, new products, new people that you meet that could give life blood to your business, those go in pink.
Okay. Now it would seem, because having a little bit of sales management in the background, so you do a good job of collecting leads here. How do you follow up with those, or how do you know what the next steps or next actions are? Does that come somewhere else in your normal time management system, like review pink folder for leads, or how do you work that out?
Yeah, that's the biggest problem, is we collect all this information and then we don't have time to assimilate it. So the Friday box is done Friday at 2:00. You empty everything out. You're going to fill things into these colored pockets that we're talking about. And that's when I actually follow up on my leads. Is Friday afternoon around 3 or 4. I send emails. It was nice meeting with you. I would like to get together for a one-on-one, or I sent that product off to our manufacturer. I should expect a sample in a month, or just following up, closing all those circles that you started all week, finishing off the week with a bunch of thank you notes and appreciation for the people that you've met, and letting them know that their business in the future is important to you. It's a great way for them to end their Friday as well.
So if you do that on a Friday, you pull out a lead, you call, and I can't get a hold of them, or maybe you email them, you're waiting for them to get back to you. Do you keep it in the pink folder, or is there another folder that it goes into, or when does it leave the pink folder?
So mine stay in the pink folder until they become a customer, or it actually becomes a new product.
Okay.
Or I've decided that lead is not going to be fruitful. So I've contacted them 3 times, then that's when I would then put it into a file so that the information is there in a filing cabinet if I need it in the future with my notes of where I met that person, or I would put that information into a contact management system, and then it would leave my pink slash bucket.
Yeah, some people call those dead leads. I know it's probably not a great great term for it, but
right.
Okay, is there anything else with the pink lead folder that we want to take into consideration?
Yeah, I think that when you stop tracking your leads, or you stop putting in just even a couple hours a week on following up with your leads, that's when all of a sudden you can turn around and realize, oh, this big project ended and I have nothing to do next week, or I have no income coming in. The discipline of following up with your leads weekly and maintaining that really is the lifeblood of your business long term.
Okay. Do you ever maybe check out, maybe you have some time on a Wednesday and you want to follow up on leads?
Absolutely.
Yep. People want to sell. You just don't want to sell for 1 hour a week, let's say, or follow up. And I know we're talking about more than just sales calls, because you have project ideas and things like that. But
Yeah, and I think like if we're talking about an entrepreneur box, that is the number one thing. Like, how do we remember our brilliant ideas that we have? This is a place to put all of those things. So once you fill up your slash pockets and you start working, depending on what your role is in your company, your time allocation is going to be different. But every position, no matter what, even if you're in administration or whatever it is, you always need to be thinking about the connections you've made that week and the leads in your business, even if it's just 30 minutes a week. Some people, this is going to be 20 to 25% of their week.
Right. Yeah. So it's going to vary. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break here, and when we come back, we'll get into those other categories. And but right now, we need a lead into our break. So we'll do that. We'll be back with Lisa Woodruff, Organize365.com, in just a moment. Stock up on your favorite organizing products now at myorganize.life. This is the perfect time of year to equip your office with file folders, expanding files, project organizers, and more. And introducing our new bright white folder line that coordinates with any office decor. It's easy, shop online, and it's delivered right to your office. Stock up now on your favorites with everything you need at myorganize.life. That's myorganize.life. myorganize.life. We're back now on Keeping You Organized, talking about organizing business papers. And we're talking about a systematic way, particularly on the desktop, doing an actionable file. We've got Lisa Woodruff from Organize365.com. Lisa, so we've hit that first category, which was the pink folder for leads. What's our next color in our next category?
So next is going to be purple, and this is royalty, and these are your customers or your product. Whatever your big thing is that your company is built around. So in Organize 365, that would be our customers that get their homes organized through the 100-day home organization program. In your company, it would be, the office supplies that you offer to the home organizer that are the pivotal part of your corporation. Whatever is the big idea or the big why or the big thing that you're selling, that is your purple. And we have multiple slash pockets because you have multiple products or multiple service offerings or multiple of whatever you're doing. Or if you are a service-based business and the customers are who are your purple, you can have one slash pocket for each current customer that you're working with that is an active customer.
Okay, would you keep that right in the box on the desktop? Or, let's say you have 10 customers, would you have 10 of those purple folders in there?
I do.
Okay.
And the reason why, I know you're thinking, wow, that could get really big. Well, the box is big enough for plenty of slash pockets, but also every time I look over and I see that person's name, I may think, I'm a professional organizer. And the next time I go to their house, I want to remember to take their Goodwill receipt because I dropped off the Goodwill for them. You could put that right in their slash pocket. Or you might think of a business partnership that you want to have, and you're like, oh, you know what? I saw this item on Amazon. I wonder if they also sell it and I can get it from them. I just put a note down. Doesn't mean that I'm adding it to a to-do list or I'm emailing them immediately. I'm putting it in the slash pocket. Then when I get to that customer, I'm like, oh, that's right. I wanted to let them know I saw their competition on Amazon. I wanted to let them know I dropped off their Goodwill. So when I get ready to call them or meet with them or email them, I have a couple of items that I'm putting in that email, not peppering them with emails every time I get an idea.
Right. So the purple then is royalty, but would you also kind of call this like a project folder then, like so of all your active projects?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Active projects, active products, active customers. Depends what line of service you're in, what you call it.
Okay, so these purple, the purple project folders or purple royalty folders, when do you, in your time management system or your weekly, on Fridays, let's say, what do you do with them?
So on Friday, I look at all of my current customers and then I think back through the week. Have I met with them? Have I emailed them? Have I scheduled my next appointment with them? Where are we in the process? So I'll contact my manufacturer, like what happened with the typhoon over there? Like how's our product doing or whatever, like just to touch base, but also to make sure that sometimes you'll have a client and 3 weeks will pass and you haven't contacted them just because an email didn't come through or they're not on your calendar. And so are they coming up next week on your calendar and you want to make sure that they clean out their storage room before you get there? Or is there something they need to do before you meet with them? And Purple is where I spend 80% of my time. So the majority of your day is going to be working on whatever the big thing your business is for. And sometimes you can get really focused on a couple of your clients, and other clients kind of end up getting pushed back. And what I find is most people are not proactive. They won't email you. So if you are every single week just seeing where all of your clients' products and projects are in the pipeline, you could save a lot of time by proactively saying, oh, you know what? I got my product in early. I could meet with them a week earlier, sending them an email and saying, hey, would you be able to meet on Wednesday instead of the following Wednesday?
Right. Now, you referred earlier to not putting certain things on a to-do list. Is this a good time to insert when a to-do list is used, and especially in your system?
Oh, yeah. I eliminated mine.
Okay. So how do you, like, on a daily basis then, when you've got a calendar, right? So
Right.
how do you coordinate calendar and purple folders and pink folders and what you do on a daily basis?
Yeah, I found there are two reasons I was able to eliminate my to-do list. Number one is I have a Sunday basket for my home. I have a homeschool box for my, what I do with my daughter. I have a work box. So as I come with ideas, I literally write them on pieces of paper and drop them in the right box. And I know I'm going to go through that every week, so I don't have to worry about if it's going to get done. So I guess that's my to-do list.
Okay.
The other thing is I look at my Google Calendar and I color code it. So every Friday when I go through my work box, I figure out what are the 3 big projects I can get done next week. I put them all on my calendar, and then I just work from my calendar. And number 3, I have a team now. Like, I don't think that you can get rid of a to-do list if you don't have team members.
Okay.
So I have team members in my business, and I have people that help me at home, keeping my home organized and clean. I don't do everything myself.
Now, just out of curiosity, on your Google Calendar, is the color code purple for those projects too?
Yeah, it could be, but it's not. All of my work is one color.
Okay.
All of my work is one color, and then all of my work that involves a person is a different color, because
Sure.
I have like 10 Google calendars that are merged on there, so it'd be too many colors.
Okay, good. All right,
Yeah.
so is there anything else with the purple royalty folder that we need to discuss?
I think the biggest thing is every single Friday, looking at every single big project, product, or person that you're working with, and make sure, can you even shave off a couple of days or a week in that project? It's going to add to your income to be able to move those projects and products through quicker.
Okay, great. Well, I can see we're not going to get through all the colors and categories here because we're going in depth. So can you come back next time?
Of course.
All right. Well, before we go, let people know about your business, how they get a hold of you, and if you have any particular resources that might relate to this.
Sure. My name is Lisa Woodruff, and I am the founder of Organize 365. And I think just head on over to the Organize 365 podcast, take a listen, and we organize your home and your home-based business.
Awesome. Okay, organize365.com. Lisa, thanks so much. We'll be back next time so we can finish the other categories of organizing your business papers. We're on a roll here. So catch up with us next time on Keeping You Organized.